Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever stared at a French grammar rule and felt like you've just hit a brick wall? Well, you're going to want to stick around. We're about to toss out those old, frustrating methods and find a way to make it all just click. So you ready?
Yeah, does this image give you flashbacks? That wall of text, those endless columns of rules and exceptions, it is enough to make anyone's head spin. This is what we think learning grammar looks like, but here's the thing. What if I told you this is actually one of the worst ways to learn?
Ah, yes, the French grammar nightmare. We all know it. Those endless verb conjugation tables, the exceptions that seem to pop up for, well, every single rule. That little voice in your head constantly asking, is it les or la? And don't even get me started on the subjunctive. It's no wonder so many of us feel like we're just not getting it. And this, right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. It feels like someone handed you this giant 1,000-page rule book and said, memorize this, then you can play. And honestly, it's just too much. It's unnatural.
Okay, but what if you could learn the rules by playing the game? Just by jumping in and getting a feel for it, naturally. That's the game-changing shift we're going to talk about right now.
So that brings us to this big idea, an effortless shift. Now, this isn't about more flashcards or studying harder. Nope. This is about a total change in how you even see French grammar in the first place. So let's break this down. Look at this, side by side. The old way is all about memorizing rules, studying them all by themselves, and being terrified of making mistakes. The new way? It's about noticing patterns, learning things in real situations, and actually using your mistakes as clues. You go from being this stressed-out student to, well, a curious language detective. How cool is that?
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, it all comes down to two main ideas. Two principles that basically tap into the way your brain was already built to learn language.
All right, first up is principle number 1, find patterns. Think of it this way. Your new job isn't rule memorizer. Nope. From now on, you are a grammar detective on the hunt for clues and connections. See, this whole thing is built on a superpower your brain already has, pattern recognition. It's that gut feeling you have in your own language where you just know something sounds wrong, even if you can't explain the grammar rule behind it. All we're doing is waking up that same superpower and pointing it at French. Let's put on our detective hats and look at an example. You see the sentence, Le petit chat noir boit le lait froid. The old you would just translate it. But the detective you get curious. You ask questions. Why le petit? And then, boom, you notice it. Wait a second. Le petit chat noir lait. Those are all masculine words. Just like that, you just discovered a grammar rule. You didn't memorize it from a book. You found it. And that's the whole mindset shift in a nutshell. The goal isn't perfection. It's curiosity. Every sentence you hear is just another clue. Suddenly, all that pressure to be perfect, it's just gone.
And that leads us perfectly to the second big idea, learn in context. So if you're a detective, where do you find all these clues? Well, they're not hiding in a textbook, they're out in the real world.
Think about it. This is exactly how you learned to speak in the first place, right? As a kid, no one set you down with verb charts. You were just a little sponge soaking it all up from stories and conversations and songs. That's contextual learning. It's seeing grammar in action that makes it stick. So, where do you find this stuff? Well, the good news is, it's everywhere. We're talking kid stories, lyrics from your favorite French songs, or just turn on the French subtitles for that Netflix show you're binging. Seriously, it's that easy. These are all amazing playgrounds for you to spot patterns. I love this because it just says it all. Context is the glue. A random rule you memorize from a list, it's like trying to stick a dry noodle to a wall. It just falls right off. But a pattern you find yourself in, a song you love, that's got superglue. It's not going anywhere. So when you put these two powerful ideas together, being a pattern detective and learning in context, something really amazing happens. You start to develop a whole new mindset about grammar. This is the before and after picture of your brain on French grammar. Before, grammar feels like a barrier. Afterwards, it's just another tool in your toolbox. Your approach goes from memorizing to discovering. And best of all, that feeling of being totally overwhelmed, it gets replaced with curiosity. You actually start to enjoy the process. And this, right here, is the real secret. Think about truly fluent speakers. They aren't running through grammar charts in their heads before they speak. Of course not. They have a feel for the language.
because their brains have soaked up thousands and thousands of patterns over time.
So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this: trust your brain. Your brain is already wired for this. You've already done this once. You mastered your own native language, which is incredibly complex, using these exact same methods. You can absolutely do it again.
All right, so I'm going to leave you with a little challenge, a mission to get you started. What's one simple pattern in French you can start looking for today? Maybe it's how negative sentences are built with ne pas, or maybe it's spotting masculine versus feminine adjectives. Just pick one thing, get curious, and see what you find. Bon courage!